What's happening, y'all? We live.
Tonight on Underneath the City Lights with Eddie Dynamite, we have author, artist, and metaphysicist I Knew coming to join us. So sit back, relax, and catch your contact at this info. I cried so much, started spitting up. If you alive right now, gotta live it up. Weight of the world on my shoulders, I ain't giving up. People be acting like they care, they don't give a fuck.
Welcome back to another episode of Underneath the City Lights with Eddie Dynamite. I am your host, Eddie Dynamite, and I got a real special show for y'all tonight. I got one of my guys, my favorite guys,
Yes,
coming through to
sir.
chop it up with y'all, man. My dog, I knew, man. I knew how you doing tonight, man.
What's going on, Dino? How you doing, man? I'm doing great, Bubba.
Yes, sir.
Glad to
Yes,
be
sir.
here.
Yes, sir. It's good to see you, man.
Yes, sir.
Um, Well, like I said, I don't like to wait around. We like to get straight to the meat and the potatoes. But first of all, I'm a man of origin stories. So can you tell the people a little background about yourself, where you're from, and just a little bit about your upbringing?
Yeah, man. I'm a country boy. I was raised in Alvin, South Carolina. I'm from Monk's Corner, but back and forth. The best of both worlds, right there. And born in Charleston, so South Carolina native. From the country, Alvin. That's basically my roots.
What's happening?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. I see like you're an artist, because that song, let's don't get it twisted now. That song that we just played in the beginning, now that was my
Yeah,
guy. Now spitting on that. Now
yeah.
he's a veteran hip hop artist. Give us a little background about you and your hip hop.
Yeah, man. I always was musical. I grew up around the hip hop era. You know what I'm saying? And my big brother, he always put me on to, you know, um, musicians like Busta Rhymes and all the hip hop artists. So growing up, I always had that musical background from my brother and writing music and recording and taking it serious and stuff like that. But
Right, right.
that song, yeah, I shot you that song. I had that in the cut. I did that
Nice.
song a few years ago, so I said, yeah, I just bring it out the cut.
Was the blood offering?
Oh, what's the name? Burnt Offerings.
Burnt
Yeah,
offering.
that,
Listen,
yeah, Burnt
fire,
Offerings. Yeah,
fire.
produced
I'm
by
gonna have that
Samson.
in produced by Samson, the Black
Yeah,
Beast, Pitch
for
Black
sure.
Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Shameless plug. I'm gonna have the song underneath the video later on, so y'all, if y'all want to check it out, download it. You know what I'm saying? I have it right there. Always got to show love to my guys coming through. So
Yeah.
so tell us a little bit. How did you get into metaphysics?
Um, well, growing up, I grew up in a Christian, household, so I always had the religious side. So going to church and stuff like that. So as you get older, you just started questioning a little more. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
that just took me to different aspects of religion, and from religion, it took me to um, energy and spirituality. So
right,
and once I got the spirituality, that's the foundation of all things. So I was like, that's the truth. That's spirit and truth. I feel as though what God been talking about in the Bible and what God been talking about in the scriptures and stuff like that. So if you want to come, what I'm saying, and get in touch with the kingdom and spirit and truth, you got to do it in spirit. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Because a lot of time religion is man-made, and sometimes it get misconstrued, and we get it misunderstood, and it cause a lot of division, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Definitely, I can definitely agree with that. I
Yeah,
can
yes
definitely
sir.
definitely agree with that.
Hmm.
So,
Yes sir.
yeah, let's get into this flat Earth. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? This is a big thing that I see all over the place. People discussing flat Earth, round
Yeah.
Earth. Um, can you tell me what are your views on this flat Earth, round Earth situation? Give me some insight on where your mind is with that.
Well, I feel as though, as far as with that, I feel as though don't no man know all the truths, but we can use the common senses that God gave us to come to certain, you know what I'm saying, conclusions and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I feel like when I'm searching for truth, you know, me, I like to go to the beginning. I like to
Right.
see what the ancestors say about it. I like to see what the people, what they said about it, or what, how did they depict it in their drawings and illustrations of how the earth was.
Right.
And
Right.
when we go back in time, and when we go back to these different cultures and civilizations, they depicted the earth as being flat. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that's one way of looking at it. And you know, so a lot of people got different, you know, opinions and theories on the flat earth, and you know, if it's round or flat. But me, I'm definitely go with the flat earth. You know what I'm saying? It just makes
What
more
pushes
sense.
what pushes you to that direction? What makes you feel like that?
Well,
What's the evidence that make you say, okay, this is more evidence on this side than versus on that side?
definitely. Well, this, not to sound silly, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, but it sounds silly because, you know, when they say that the earth is round and it's spinning at what they say, 93 million miles an hour,
Right. Right.
and it's spinning so fast till we can't feel it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
so
Right.
so so when you talk about that, then you just disband physics, you know what I'm saying? So if you get a basket,
How you feel? How do you feel like that? What you mean?
because like, if you going that fast, you're gonna feel it. If you going that slow, you're gonna feel it. If a
Right.
rock is coming toward your head and hit you in your head, you're gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it
Right.
ain't no way
Right.
we're spending 93 million miles. You feel me?
Right.
And they say the sun is how far? How far from the earth? 93 million miles away or something like that.
Right. 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 93 million miles. Right. Right.
Like, all that can't even be. But how can we see the, okay, 93 million miles away, basic, just basic senses. Okay, I can see the sun.
Hmm.
If the sun was 93 million miles away, how come I can see the sun?
Right.
93 million miles away. My son lives 300 miles away,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I can't even see him.
Right. Right. Right.
You understand? It's just
Right.
basically like, oh no, I knew you. It's just basic common sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Along with biblical testimonies of the firmament and God dividing the waters from the land and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Before you get too deep, tell me some more about the firmament. Give me some more background with the firmament.
I just feel as though uh
Is that really what is the firmament? For those people that don't know.
in my opinion, I think the firmament is made of crystals. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Just in my opinion, just when you look up in the sky, you know what I'm saying, we think we seeing stars, but we just seeing glimmers of those crystals just emulating, you know what I'm saying, from the firmament, you know.
Right.
And when God created the firmament, you know, he divided the water. But I wouldn't say he, you know, that spiritual, you know, most high being, the most high created, uh divided the waters from from the land. And then from the land, it's like the land is in between two waters, because we got a great water underneath us, then we have the land, and then we have the firmament on top of us. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And when we look at literature from the past and ancient testimonies of the earth being hollow, and
Right.
geographical, people did excavations and stuff like that, the earth being hollow. So it's like, I don't, with all those things, I don't think the earth is, you know, is a spheric shape. I think it's flat. More so concave, because concave means hollow. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like a
Mm.
bowl. Like if you take a bowl, it's like
Right.
the surface. You know, you can go within the bowl, and that's the hollow earth and stuff like that. So really, I think the earth is like a bowl with the firmament on top, you know.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and my and my and my factual well opinionated opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right,
Because don't know man know everything. That's just my opinion, you know.
right, right. And I mean, you given the evidence that you studied and researched. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
So you gotta respect that.
Yes, sir.
So 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 speaking upon uh the firmament, um,
Hmm.
so when you speak about the firmament, so you basically saying from what I'm understanding, what you're saying is basically
Hmm.
no man really never really surpassed that firmament. You can't go past that point.
You can't. The only time the firmament, and this is documented literature, historic
Hmm.
events of the flood.
Right.
That's the only time the firmament has been broken. You know what I'm saying? Is
Mm.
when God is when the Most High allows it. You know,
Right.
the Creator. So no man has surpassed or went through that firmament. You know what I'm saying?
So these depictions that we see of rocket ships, people going in space, how what's the explanation behind that? This Matrix, some bullshit type shit. What you? I mean, how you feel about that?
I think it's just Hollywood. It's just
Mm.
Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And just more lies. And now people are waking up to the lies of certain things of NASA and a whole lot of things. But no man has ever went beyond, you know what I'm saying, that firmament.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Dang.
Isn't impossible. Physically is impossible, you know.
Mm. 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 So so being being that you said that it's physically impossible for them to go past this firmament.
Hmm.
What is the purpose of them showing us these planets and this so-called these spaceship these rocket ships and them taking off this NASA, this whole system? What's the purpose of these of them putting together this whole, like you say, illusion, Hollywood illusion?
Well, in my opinion, I think it's just to distract you from a bigger picture.
Mm,
Because if I could get you looking up, then you'll never discover what's really going on inside the earth, under the waters and the oceans. You'll be surprised because you got dimensions under the ocean, you to where you can get to other planets, but all it is land masses. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Like, to be, in my opinion, I don't think there are no planets. I don't even think there's no such thing as space. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, mm,
Because why should I believe there's space when you lied to me about all these other things, and then when research and you know what I'm saying, and scientific facts is proven that
right.
you got other land masses beyond the ice walls in Antarctica.
Mm,
So you go in the hollow, if you go in the hollow earth, and you can travel to all these other land masses. And the land masses is the names of the planets that we was taught to think that is in the sky. But these is
mm,
actual land masses. Venus is a land mass. Saturn is a land mass. Jupiter is a land mass. You got Gotha over there. All those are land masses. You got great oceans on the other side, even greater than the oceans on beyond on this side of the ice wall where we got the seven continents. You know what I'm saying?
right, 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 right,
So
right.
so y'all can research that. Yeah, a lot of people might call me crazy and stuff like that, but they can research that if you dig for the truth and you thirst for the truth. Hey, you gonna be filled. You'll be quenched. Seriously.
Yeah, most definitely, most
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, you got my mind on another plane now.
It's for
So
people to do their own research. Like, you got to do your own research. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right, 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 right.
Hmm.
So so just tapping back into what you said about this hollow Earth.
Hmm.
So do you think they traveling like what going through these different places? Like you said, Venus is a landmass, Neptune
Hmm.
is a landmass, all these different planets are landmass.
Hmm.
Um, in your personal opinion, w- why do you think they're going back and forth on these? Are they using this as a, like, I just did a show last week, and I had a guest called Mr. Johnny was up here.
Hmm.
I didn't know if you caught that, but Mr. Johnny
Yeah.
went into just a little small information about stargates and what you're
Hmm.
saying about the portals being able to, like you said, basically a portal, because that's what it sounds like to me. To me, if you stepping into, if I can go from one place and I'm suddenly in another place, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's like portal activity. How connected are these stargates to this what you're saying about the hollow earth?
Uh, I think it's all connected for one. From the pyramids to
Mm-hmm.
the stargates to you even got stargates up in um I forget the name of the mountain in over there in Iraq where they guarding it right now that Jesus supposedly came through the portal and talked to the disciples on Mount. I forget the name of the mountain that he was, but there's portals all over the world. And to go back to the firmament, that's the whole reason for the stargates. Because if it wasn't for the firmament, you wouldn't need a stargate to get to Earth. You understand?
Right.
Because you have to be interdimensional to even come through the Stargate. You know what I'm saying? And have certain type of technology to even go through those Stargates and stuff like that. But definitely is Stargates all over the world that could get you on the other side of the world, that could get you from the past, present, and future. I gotta put in quotes because the past, present, and future all run together. It's just one big experience.
Right.
It's just
Right.
the bending of time and going through a stargate to get to a certain point that you want to get in this life experience. You know what I'm saying? Because there ain't really no such thing as time because the past, present, and future is all one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, mm, mm. So that segues me
Mm-hmm.
into the meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Going back to the meditation, because me and you spoke before about this. So,
Yeah.
and meditation I'm talking about is just not just people just not just crossing your legs and just sitting there, home, you know what I'm saying, or just trying to get a little peace. I mean just trans uh trans what
Transcending.
is transcending transcending meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So again, that's still connected with these hollow earth portals and the stargates and
Mm-hmm.
all of this same type of technology.
Mm-hmm.
um just going back to the foundation of meditation. um what in your opinion, what is the purpose of meditation?
I believe that the ancients used meditation as a practice to connect with source energy.
Hmm.
You know, um, and that's why we do it to connect with source energy. That direct connection. um, don't need a middleman, don't need uh, a savior to get to the father type thing. It's just a direct connection for um, all of the attributes of the spirit, all the fruits of the spirit: peace, tranquility, um, uh, information, wisdom, guidance, power, insight. So that's what happens when you connect, you know, because what happens, we can transcend when we meditate, because it's a mental thing, it's a spiritual thing. So when we meditate, and we can transcend and connect to the source. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we
Right.
and we can actually go through dimensions and see things and see people and get information just through meditation. You know what I'm saying? Because when you meditate, that the dopamine that's released in your lungs is a natural DMT that happens when you die and happens when you're born. So when we breathe naturally, You know what I'm saying? It releases DMT. No, sorry. Let me take that back. It don't happen when you die. It happens when you're born. But when we breathe, we naturally have DMT in our lungs. So when we do focused breathing, it kind of send us into hallucinogen trance that sometimes people get into when they take hallucinogens and stuff like that.
Right, right.
Yeah. And this is, and you can study this. You can do Google. When you meditate and breathe, that releases DMT in the lungs, and you can actually see things and stuff like that. And you know, that's actually there, and you can get information and stuff like that and power. That's why we meditate. Not just to do it because some people like to be like, oh yeah, I'm spiritual now, and I meditate, and just because I cross my legs and taking some deep breaths, just like you say. You know,
Right, right,
yeah.
right, right. Hey, can you sit up a little bit? Oh, cause you cutting your face off a little bit. I
Oh,
want to
my
make sure I
bad.
catch everything you're saying. You good? You good? Yeah, you perfect right there. You
I'm
perfect
good.
right there.
I bet.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, do you personally have a meditation schedule that you practice, or you just whenever you feel it? I mean, how do you go about meditating yourself?
I feel like it's two types of meditation. It's many types of meditations. Actually, you could do shower meditations. There's uh, crystal meditations. There's meditation where you prostrate, and meditate in a certain type of form where you want that energy to impact certain areas of your body. But a lot of times I'm be in my head all the time. I'm always in a meditative state, seeking to receive from the universe or any type of insight. I don't want to miss nothing. So I'm constantly in a meditative state.
Right, right, right,
Yeah,
right.
or try to be.
So with this transcending, so do you travel when you meditate?
Uh, Yeah, yes. Sometimes if you meditate long enough, but sometime now I don't. Not all the time that I meditate as long as I need to meditate. But of
Hmm.
course, yeah, you definitely will travel. In your mind, you can start seeing lights. You can start seeing because we are the universe. We are part of the universe. Our bodies is made up of stardust. So when you
Right, right,
meditate, you just tap back into source, and we are, what I'm saying, source. So you know, you just go into your natural essence,
right,
basically.
right,
Yeah.
right. So with you being able to transcend through meditation, transcending,
Hmm.
can we get that information going back to reverting back to the flat Earth? Can we go to those places and to be able to see those things, to
Oh
get
yeah.
those so-called receipts for that
Oh
for
yeah.
that type of
Definitely,
okay.
because sometimes when you meditate, you might not even get information in the book. You might just
Right.
be attacked. You might be tapped in straight to the Akashic records, and the
Hmm.
Akashic records have a spiritual imprint of everything said, done, every type of everything historical in
Right.
history. You know what I'm saying? That produce some type of significant energy is imprinted in the Akashic records in the universe. You know what I'm saying? So when you meditate and you tap into all that information from the beginning to now to what's gonna happen in the future. You know what I'm saying? So you just
Right. Right.
you able to see it all. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
And once you do, it's like you is addicted to it. It is addictive. Meditating. You just want to always see. You always want to know. You know.
Mm, mm. Can you
Yeah.
give us I guess a scenario or episode happened when you traveled and you collected like it took you somewhere where you was like, whoa, you came back like, man, this I really got some information. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to be real, when I first started tapping into spirituality, I did the meditating thing, and I'm hungry. I was hungry getting into it at first, so I really did that thing. And when I meditated, I went into like a transcendent state, to
Hmm.
where I started seeing flashing lights, and then I appeared like on a spaceship. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of
Mm,
like blurry, like like I was looking through a waterfall. You know how like a waterfall
mm.
coming down and you can see the image on the other side, but it's kind of blurry. But yeah,
Right, right.
it took me to a spaceship, and I was on the spaceship and I saw all this fiber optics with like uh like colorful lights or fiber optics and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't saw
Mm.
nobody. I just saw like little buttons everywhere, screens everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, that was one instant. And actually I started studying the Anunnaki after I got my name from, I don't know, I just heard my name, what my name will be called, and it was Anu. So
Mm-hmm.
so then it took me, I started studying the Anunnaki, and then it took me to the King Anu.
Right,
And I was like,
right.
dang, I was like, that was a major coincidence. But Anu just means the most high. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
So you
yeah,
said King Anu. Can you give us some rundown about King Anu?
King Anu was one of the Anunnakis, one of those that fell from heaven. That's what Anunnaki means, those that fell from heaven. And he was the leader of this Anunnaki race. You know what I'm saying? He was the father of them, basically the king. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Wow. Okay, 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 okay.
for
7
sure.
right there. 7. So
Yeah.
so those experiences that you had with meditation and those, how did that change your thinking? Like after that, did you immediately say, "Oh, I gotta, this is the wave I'm on," or did it take you by surprise? I mean, how did you feel?
Well, I think it took me on a journey. First it made me realize that I just look at everything as energy first,
Hmm.
rather matter. And I know that I'm connected to all things. And whatever I do, what I'm saying, I'm just doing it to myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That just where it took me. And it took me on a deeper journey, just to for my soul evolution. So basically, I just surrendered to that energy, surrendered to the universe, just to take me on that path of whatever my soul evolution, whatever my soul got to go through, or whatever I got to go through, so my spirit can evolve. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So
mm,
it just took me on that path now. As far as that, but sometimes when you start to get really what I call it revolutionize. And,
mm,
when you start the I call it wake up and start see stuff for what it really is, and then you start to get mad. But when you sit back and start to see everything as being energy, as in happening in a spiritual aspect first, then I start to understand a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
mhm, mhm.
So it make me move a little different.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah,
I can definitely understand that. Because
yeah.
spirituality that just goes a little deeper. With the conversations I've been having with Mr. Johnny for his web series, the last couple episodes,
Mm,
we tapping here and there with spirituality, and that's really a deep thing because religion is,
yeah.
like you said, kind of just the surface because it goes deeper than that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, um, just going back to, because it's just interesting to me. Um, with the firmament.
Mm,
Okay. All right. We hear stories all the time. I mean, especially as of recent about extraterrestrials, different species of aliens coming in and out of the planet.
mm,
These U.S. these fighter jets seeing these flying saucers in the air. You know, they're taking pictures of them, or they're shooting them down, or whatever the case may be. Or
mm.
they got these countries pulling up these bodies of aliens that they had so long, and they got this information. Um, how do you feel about the extraterrestrials being able to get in and out of the firmament? Do you believe it's just, I know you said something about technology, but do you think none of that technology might have been shared with anybody here on our planet, on our planet Earth, or because I'm really curious because what you talk about with the space, this is a real big production because we got movies, they got this shit in history books. I
Yeah.
mean, they got it on TV, they got it everywhere. They got so-called pictures of the Earth being round and these planets being round. I want to know. I really want to know before I even get to that question. Let's
Hmm.
start with my first question first. How are if 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 these beings are able to move in and out of the firmament, how are we not able to? Do we not have any of this information? Do we not have any? Because I know we got secret bunkers and these little spots they say got going. These secret scientists working on shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's nothing that. So we haven't stepped outside of this barrier at all.
Hey, it'll be it's crazy for me to tell you that the aliens, what we call aliens or extraterrestrial, they ain't never even came from outer space. They was already here. Some of them interdimensional, you know what I'm saying, in another dimension, and
Mm,
some of them interdimensional and physical, the way they could be physical and interdimensional, and then you got physical ones that was already here too. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
hell, you got some that can come through dimensions. You got some that was already here on another landmass beyond the ice wall. You got plenty aliens beyond the ice wall, different races beyond the ice wall.
Mm,
The ice cap just melted in Greenland. You know what
right.
they found when the ice cap melted in Greenland? That's where all this water coming from. That's where
Mm,
all this floods coming from and everything. You feel me?
right.
So they found a big ass spaceship 3,000 miles wide, a big
Mm,
ass weather machine. The reason for the ice age, something had happened, it crashed, it caused the ice age. You feel me?
oh wow.
Yeah, man. So
Mm,
you got aliens in the hollow earth. You even got the pyramids are entrances to the hollow earth. You got some caves is entrances to the hollow earth. You have to be invited in there by these beings. You just can't go there.
right.
Through history and documented that military personnel and U.S. Army and all of them try to infiltrate these certain places. And what happened? All of them got killed or they missing. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that aliens don't come from space. They already here on this big ass landmass that we call Earth. Earth is way bigger than we think it is. Earth is big as hell. Like
Yeah.
if they tell us one lie, they're gonna tell us plenty more lies. And you gotta
Right.
think like, come on now. If you telling me the same people that tell me they went to space is telling me about the solar system, mm-mm, I ain't looking up. It's best for us to look down and around. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
For sure.
right. So my
Just
next
my opinion.
question, right. We chopping it up.
Hmm.
But my next question, what I was saying, okay, um, why do they depict the planets and everything as being round if they're like you say concave or flat or they look a certain type of way? Why do they depict them the way they do?
To be honest, to be honest, I don't know. I guess the same way they depict for the Earth to be round. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If the Earth round, then everything else got to be round. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
So I can't even give you an answer on that. To be honest. But as soon
Hey,
as I find the
that's
answer, I
honest.
hit you up and let you know.
Right. Hey, that's honest. That's honest. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Because I mean, you got me tapped in on this because this is serious business.
Hmm.
Because I mean, we all know that we living in a world of misinformation. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So we gotta research, we gotta unlearn to learn again. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I mean, and everything we say, like I always say, man, a rabbit hole goes deep. So
Very deep.
we can't surpass anything. We got to take in what we got. Even any of these learned books that they have, always tell them they people perish for the lack of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Even that's even what the
Facts.
Bible say. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So you got to continue to learn that. All that means is don't just use this one book tap into all types of sources of
Yeah,
information,
yeah.
just like our people did,
If
you
you
know.
want to know,
If you
if they
want to
want
know,
to know, some people might don't want to know. Some people will say, "Oh man, he tripping, he a lie," without doing any research. You know what I'm saying?
of
But
course they
hey,
will.
everybody got their own path on this earth. Everybody,
Right.
some people come here to be a lesson for others. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true.
Because
That's
if I
true.
see somebody else stumble their foot and I see that, I ain't gotta stomp mine. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So, hey, if you want to know, do your own research, take you in the rabbit hole, and you can come back and add on to what I say, or you know what I'm saying? Don't take my word for it. I got it from somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. You ain't just pull it
I
out
ain't
of the
just pull it
air.
out of my ass.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And going back to what you said with the Akashic records, was Mr. Johnny mentioned that also, and
Hmm.
I happen to have a lot of people that I've been chopping it up with speaking about these Akashic records.
Yeah.
So the Akashic records, that's more in our DNA, right? That's internal memories that we have, right? That's
Yeah.
already there,
That's
right?
that's DNA. That's DNA encoded. The Akashic records is the cheat code. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? DNA encoded. Everything in the world, everything in matter, the building block is the 011 011 pattern of the DNA genetic code. And when we look inside our genetic code, it's the same 011 011, all adding up to God. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh. You feel me?
right.
And so when you tap in, it's just like plugging in a cord to a socket. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Or a USB, because some USBs don't fit in a certain phone. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
So you tap in, you just tap in, and shit, it's already in you basically. But you tap into Akashic, man, you got all the information you ever need to know. If you really want to tap in, but you can't just be like, you can't just live a nasty life and be like, oh, I'm gonna meditate today and tap into the Akashic. You can't be like eating all type of pork and like, well, too much of anything is bad. So
Right.
you can't be, you gotta at least uh exercise, get out in the sun, at least try to think healthy, and stuff like that, and just try to follow spiritual practices. Everybody got their own thing what they do to follow spiritual practices, but to be pure, man, I like to at least be pure before I try to tap in, so I can at least get the information.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
because the universe ain't going. What they say? God don't bless no mess. My grandmom used
Right.
to say that.
Right.
Same
Most
way with the
definitely.
universe. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
That's how I feel.
So what's your I don't want to say ritual, but it is what's your ritual, your practice before getting research? Would you touch on that to get closer to your spiritual connection? What do you do to get yourself prepared to get into that zone?
My ritual
Hmm.
to do shit that make me happy.
Mm,
Straight up. Happiness, it should be everybody ritual, man.
right.
When you,
Right.
when you get up, if you wake up in the morning and you ain't happy, do do some shit that'll make you happy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I actually meant your ritual. Of course, what you said, that's very important. But I
Yeah.
mean your ritual, which you getting prepared to do your,
Or
like you
my
said, to tap
meditation.
right, to tap into that next level.
Okay.
What's your ritual to clean your mind, to clean yourself? Give us a play by
Okay.
play of that.
Um. You before with meditation, you always have to do prayer and supplication, prayer and thanksgiving. So
Hmm.
that comes with medication too. So I like to prepare myself by, usually in the mornings. I like to prepare myself by asking the universe for forgiveness. First honoring the creator for his mercy, you know what I'm saying? Mercy and grace and his creations. And then I ask for forgiveness for anything I might have did that I ain't know, or say some
Right.
shit. And I gotta
Right.
make sure I forgive others so I can come clean. And then I'll go into, you know, and thanking the universe and the spirits and the creator, and then I go into my meditation. You know what I'm saying? For sure. That
Most
that
definitely.
that that helps me tap in better, you know, because I could do it honestly once I done pour myself out. You know what I'm
You
saying?
feel like you're doing it with a clean heart. That's how
Facts,
you do
facts, facts. In spirit and truth. You know what I'm saying?
it.
The great literature say, and I always like to refer to the Bible. Well, when I go to the Bible, even in the Ethiopian Bible and all literature, it says, "Come to the Creator in spirit and truth."
Hmm.
So I ain't coming with no lies. I ain't coming. I'm gonna be honest. You feel me?
Right,
That's just my opinion on it. You know?
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got a copy of that Ethiopian Bible, the Kabra Nagas. I got that right there.
Yeah.
I'm doing my little research now on the Rastafarians, man. It's
You
very
you you
very
got
interesting.
the physical copy or the digital copy?
I got a physical copy here with me.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I need to get me one because I've
Oh
been
yeah, most
reading.
definitely.
I've been reading a little bit digitally, but I ain't nothing like a physical book.
Man, this is a heavy one. Matter of fact, let me grab it so I can show it to you. Hold
I bet.
on.
My boy, hey, my boy, keep some literature, boy.
Oh man, you know what? I keep my library close by. You know what I'm saying?
You keep
This
some
right here,
literature.
this is real heavy right here. I like this
Oh
because
man.
it's got an introduction from Ziggy Marley, and it's edited by Gerald Hoffman. Gerald
Oh
Hoffman did
man,
a lot of work.
bro,
You
I
know,
gotta get
about
that.
Rastafari. Oh, it's
It's
real
some.
heavy. It's real. I'm gonna
It.
show you
Hey, I
another
gotta
one.
get that book.
I'm gonna show you another one I got. That I've been reading also. This right here, the Rastafarians. This book here is really it's from the 70s. It's updated, but it's got some real powerful information
That's all.
from Leonard Barrett. It's real heavy. That it kind of goes toe to toe with this right here. When I
Okay.
saw the Bob Marley movie, man, that kind of pulled me. You know what I'm saying? Getting into
Right.
this Rasta. I got me curious to wonder why. So we're gonna get deep into that Rastafari later on when I get some more information about this.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Joshua did. Well, we know him as Jesus or Yeshua. You know what? You know what Yeshua did?
Talk to me.
All all the religions, the aspects of Rastafarian, the aspects of Buddhism, the aspects of well, yeah, all that. Ricky healing,
Mm,
um, what to eat, eating good. Hey, when Jesus came back and returned 30 years old, heading back into town or heading into
right.
Egypt on a camelback, dreaded up with a
Mhm.
with a wife, 3 children. You feel me? Healing people, walking on water. It wasn't magic. It was science. It
Mm,
was science. He knew about levitation. He knew about Reiki healing or how to heal people with sound energy and how to heal the blind. You feel me? He knew about the law of attraction but most of all, what I think he really got killed for is teaching the people about reincarnation.
mm,
You feel me? That's why I need that Ethiopian Bible. Hey, shit real, man. No
mm,
cap, bro. Like, and he said, and when they leave, Yeshua said, and we'll do greater things.
mm,
The Christ spirit, the Christ spirit. See, let me tell you how you know when the Christ spirit is on you, because it
mhm,
takes you back to Christ. Remember, you could get into all these religions and it takes you away from Christ. They'd be like, oh, he ain't real. Even me, remember? But
mm,
now that anointing is back. That Christ anointing, that energy, that from the sun, all the solar flares coming from the sun is waking up that kundalini again. So now
mm,
all the teachings is going back to what Christ did, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the Jesus and the misinterpretation of Zeus and Lucifer, the morning
mm.
star. I'm
You talking
talking
about the
about
crystals?
Joshua.
Yeah, the
I'm talking about
crystals. Right,
the
right,
crystals. I'm talking about
right, right,
Yeshua, our brother,
right,
the dreaded
right,
up king. You
right,
feel
right.
me? That appeared on the donkey back where he been at. He been studying all these great wonders of the world. You feel
Hmm.
me? So
Mm-hmm.
that energy gonna take you back to that because Christ is back. Christ is back, bro. Like they're looking for him in the sky, but the anointing is back.
Mm.
No
Mm.
cap.
Powerful.
Yes,
Powerful.
sir. Yes, sir. This a new level. This a new level. This a new level of spirituality. Just going back to the beginning, bro. That's all. We going back to the beginning. Like, we nowadays motherfuckers believe more in the devil than they did Christ.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you can't blame them because of the misinterpretations of what the Council of Nicaea put together, mixed that with the truth, took the personifications of the cosmos, made it into people, and it just fuck our brains up. But it's bad.
Mm. 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 And you drop one on that.
No cap.
That's heavy.
And listen, this is going to separate a lot of people because even the people that was with me when I was saying, "Oh, Christ is not real," and this and that, they lied to us. They be like, "Yeah, Christ is real." But now when I come back and say, "Hey, Christ is real," and we got to know the difference between the God in the Bible and the Creator, and we got to know the difference between the Christ they paid for us and our real brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I don't blame people because with all the lies and shit, you ain't want to believe. You don't want to know nothing. I ain't even want to believe. I ain't want to say believe. With all the lies, we don't want to know nothing. We'd rather believe some shit and be comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. But those
But the truth is
those
the truth.
spirit, but those spiritual connections sometimes I knew, man, they have us locked in, man. I mean,
Yeah.
though, I mean, it's hard sometimes for them to try to break that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And beyond, I'm not. And I'm just talking about beyond tradition. I'm just talking about just uh, people's personal feelings and personal way they feel about. You know what I'm saying about.
That's why we
Mm,
gotta tap
mm,
in.
mm,
That's why we gotta tap in. You cannot be out here in life, raw dog in life. If you ain't tapped in, how the fuck you gonna know?
right, right,
You
right.
you rather pay a palm reader, you rather pay one of them gal that say what them people telling you about your life and shit. Man, listen,
Card reader, yeah,
tap in,
soothsaying.
bro. Tap in. You will get all the information you need. And if you this spiritual journey is always will look like hypocrisy. I might say one thing, but then I might come back and say, hey, it ain't like that. It's like this.
Right.
Because when you done tap in, you gotta go with what you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It is. You either
Right.
gonna follow truth or follow your own understanding.
Right,
You
right.
know what I'm
And
saying?
that's the purpose of this show, really, because yeah, we got plenty brothers and plenty people that's dropping jewels and got lectures and stuff and books that
Mm-hmm.
we can read. But most of the brothers I run into, man, they don't know nothing about this information, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
been brought to them or it's not in their their peripheral view because it's not being fed to them because they're not feeding them that. Of course, they're feeding them the low vibrational shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To keep them on a certain level because if they get just like you just said, because if they get that high
Mm-hmm.
vibration, it's gonna be a different type of situation you're gonna have to deal with out
Mm-hmm.
here. You know what I'm saying? With
And
especially with our brothers and our people, you know.
facts. And that's why I'm glad you started the podcast. That way a lot of brothers and sisters such as myself and yourself can
Hmm.
come up here and just, you know, and
Hmm.
just give it to the people raw.
Right. Because it's a
Like we
conversation.
we
Right.
we we
Right.
ain't
Right.
we ain't no
Right.
celebrities. We
Nah. Nah.
we we can we can speak raw. We don't have no cap. We don't have no, you know what I'm saying? No filter on us. So
Or
we can
no
give it to the people
brand or
raw.
feeling like I can't say this because of this. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we ain't
Hmm.
rapping like that. No, we ain't.
Hey,
It's everything live and real on this show right here. You
oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Definitely, man. But you know what? I would like to say, because by me being a guest on here, you my brother too. And
Of course.
being live, I would like to say, man, I appreciate you, man, because I feel as though like you saved my life, bro. when I was out there. You know, just you know how I was rolling. You know how I was rolling, bro.
Of course, man.
And
Man,
and and
you my brother.
yeah, and I will leave, you know what I'm saying? Right before I leave, y'all start talking about spirituality, religion, and we will be there all night. And at first I would just listen because I ain't know what to say. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? You know? And I started going home, I started reading and started doing my research. I started coming to you started giving me the knowledge. And man, it's been a journey, bro. Like, cause I take it to heart. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful for running into you and the brothers at the studio, Sam and stuff like that, and people
Right.
like that, man, and giving me this knowledge.
Most
Okay.
definitely. Gotta give a shout out to Big Sam.
Yeah.
Sam set us on our journey with the Anunnaki, with
Yep.
The Lloyd Pie, and the stitching, and all
Yeah.
those different type of work.
I
So gotta
bought
give
I
a shout out to
I
Sam.
bought all those books, Zachariah Sitchin,
Right,
and
you
I
sure did. Sure
and
did.
and and I'm gonna tell people on this live right here, and they can document it from years to come. Zachariah wasn't right and exact in his research and his deciphering of the hieroglyphics. It was Dr. Malachi York. Shout out to Dr. Malachi York and free Dr. Malachi York. People like to say, "Oh yeah, he raped this," and they like to believe it, but they using the same tactics with all the other black leaders. Oh, you raped this one and that. I don't believe Dr. Malachi York raped nobody. They got the resurrection of a God, you know what I'm saying, and as a political prisoner right now. Shout out to Dr. Malachi York.
Shout out Malachi York. You're like the third or fourth person I heard say the same exact sentiment about
Yep.
Dr. Malachi York. Because like you said, a lot of the information that we got wouldn't even be brought to the forefront without the brother.
It
No
was
matter
him.
the controversy. Right,
It was
right.
him.
It
All
was
the
him.
other ones referred to his research. Even
His
shout out to
research.
David Blair.
Yeah,
You know,
David Blair.
David
Yeah, shout
Blair,
out David
even
Blair. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
all of
Reverend
those
Doctor. Yeah,
guys.
most definitely,
Yeah.
most definitely, most definitely.
So
David Blair was heavy. I love Doctor David Blair, man.
yep.
Plenty information. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
Full of
saying,
information.
boy. Hey, when you tap in, when you be hungry for that, you just, yeah, you're gonna be weird. You're gonna look weird, you're gonna sound weird, but you're gonna attract everything you need for you to evolve. You know what I'm saying? For the people that's, curious about spirituality and,
Right.
because religious people try to make spirituality more demonic than anything and religion more demonic than anything. You know what I'm saying? Because to follow religion is to follow a cult, blood sacrifice from the god Moloch. You know what I'm saying? And of sacrificing of children. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
so if you want to be
Oh, so
real,
Moloch. What culture did did God Moloch? Where did that come? Is that from Samaria?
shit, Moloch is a deity, is a spiritual deity that these Greeks, you know what I'm saying, worship. And well, Moloch is a god,
Right.
like he one of the gods, one of the fallen angels, you know what I'm saying? And these certain people, even Hollywood elites, they still worship Moloch and they sacrifice children to the, you know what I'm saying,
Is
to
Moloch the big? Is
worship
that
at
the
a
big
priest
owl? Is
worship.
that the big owl in the
That's
Bohemian
what
Grove?
that's what he
Moloch.
depicted as an owl,
Got you.
but
Okay,
this is a
I've seen that.
motherfucking
I've seen that.
this is a motherfucking entity that requires uh uh innocent energy to thrive, because
Mm.
these energetic beings, they just trying to survive too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They don't choose to cut themselves off from the all, so they can't recharge themselves like how we can and tap back in. So they got to do evil shit and get any type of energy so they can be strong. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
even if it comes from the cheering at stadiums, that's why the stadiums are shaped like an eye. So when them boy, all that energy is coming from the stadium and going up into the atmosphere, feeding the principalities and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
Mm. Mm.
everything set up in America is to feed these principalities, man.
Right.
That's why they call it Babylon, bro.
Mm. Wicked stuff. Wicked stuff, man.
Yeah.
Wicked stuff. You took me back. that reminded me a few years ago when they were speaking about what is it, the endochrome or something they were getting from the babies.
Adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome, right,
Yeah.
right. That the Hollywood elite and all these Epstein and all this type of stuff was going on. You know what I'm saying? What is that connected to this that Moloch cult too? Is the same type of thing?
Shit. To be honest, now you got billionaires just doing it as a healthy lifestyle to want to be young. You just get some damn little child blood and drink it and rub it on your skin, and you got nice skin and they healthy and shit like that. So most of them, they do that damn what that shit called Satanism anyway. All of Hollywood motherfuckers, they
But
do
why?
them
But why?
shit.
But why the blood? Why washing the blood? What's the importance with the blood? What's the significance with that?
Shit, that's where the power at in the blood. Like they, it's said. What I'm saying, it's documented that they would get the kids, they would torture them, and like when the adrenaline, I guess, gets in your blood when you get scared, there's a certain type of a certain type of serum that's releasing it in your blood when you get real scared, and that empowers these evil motherfuckers when they drink the shit. You know what I'm saying? Or use it on themselves. And some even go as far as sacrificing them to appease this god Moloch, so they can keep their position in Hollywood and keep their demonic powers and shit.
Oh wow, wow,
Yeah, that shit deep.
wow, shit. That's sick shit,
Yeah.
man. Mm. It's crazy that you got these because I've heard this plenty of times before. And it's crazy
Mm-hmm.
that you got these pockets of these type of individuals that's doing this type of shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Blow your mind, man. You know what
I'm
I'm
trying to
saying?
tell you.
So that takes me to again going back to the spiritual connection.
Mm-hmm.
When you say the powers in the blood, can we say spirit too?
You say it's the power in the spirit.
I'm saying if you said this the powers in the blood, can we say
Mm-hmm.
it's the spirit, maybe the essence of the spirit in the blood too? Maybe there's a spirit type
Oh
of
yeah,
thing
yeah,
going
yeah,
on.
yeah, definitely. Hell yeah, because the spirit, I mean the blood is the essence of who you are. That's your encoding. You know what I'm saying?
Right, 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 right. Mm, wow, wow. It's fascinating stuff right there.
Mm-hmm. But it all is important. But the spiritual aspect of it all goes together: mind, body, and soul. You know what I'm saying? The body house the blood, the mind house the soul, and the body house all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it all goes together, because if you can take somebody's mind, then you can and basically, and then their body, then you can eventually have their soul. You know what I'm saying? I
Can we?
think. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, I'm about to say I think that's the issue with spiritual evolution, and why everybody can't be on one accord for like a spiritual evolution, or doing what they got to do individually. You know what I'm saying? Because we think we flesh. We do a lot of shit to appease the flesh. We
Yeah, we
get
do.
hungry, we go eat. You get horny, you want to have sex. We do too much shit to please the flesh, and we forget about our soul. We forget about our spirit.
Yeah, I say that all the time.
But in order to change anything, you gotta first take care of your mind.
Your
You
mind.
know,
That's where it starts at that mind.
yeah, you take your mind, and then your body follow, then your soul intact.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, man. It's like you said, those same principalities and the things that we living in and the way this that we uh, just the whole setup of how we moving, man, is
Hmm.
it got to get better, man. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? You know what I mean?
right. But hey, but long as it get better for you, it gonna get better.
Right, Right.
Because a lot of people, for real, just like I say, a lot of people is just here to be an example. They're here to live out their own karma. You know, everybody here to live out their karma. You know, whether it's good karma or ain't no such thing as good karma or bad karma. You just got to do that shit so your soul can evolve. If you ain't did that shit, you got to do that shit again. If you fail that shit, you got to do that shit again. You feel me? That's all. It ain't no good karma or bad karma, you know. In the universe, there ain't nothing good or bad. Everything energy. Chaos is even beautiful sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
And it, because out of chaos comes beauty. You know what I'm saying?
Out of chaos came the whole universe. You feel me?
True story.
Real talk.
Yeah, that's definitely a true story.
And shit, my book almost done too.
Yeah, man. That's gonna be my very next question. What's the title? Give us the title of the book, man. Tell us a little something about the book you're working on.
The book I'm working on is the title is called a new reveal. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a metaphysical book with none of my opinions. You know, just like I say, you know, I like to base everything off fact. It's not a biography about me. It's just basically like a metaphysical book, just explaining the universal laws. I got a chapter on it's called Born Sinners, dealing with karma.
Right.
So it's just a metaphysical book, and yeah, and it's dope.
Okay.
I think I like it too. I think everybody like it. Like it's be easy to read, and I don't know everything, but I got a lot of knowledge in there. And whatever I'm missing, I just want that we can add on. You know.
Right.
For sure.
Is there something in the book you can give us, a little excerpt or something that you can give us? You got something up or?
Well, the universal laws. My first chapter is universal laws, where it talked about how the laws of the land is basically a mirror of the universal laws that govern the universe. And we got zones, and we got uh, power lines. We got the whole city is designed as a circuit, as a motherboard. You know what I'm saying? And so basically, I'm just talking about how the laws of the land is mirrored through the universal law, but the real law that we need to follow is universal law. And if we follow universal law, then we are not subject to the law of the land. You know, understand? Because if you know who you is, then you're a navigator of the universe, meaning you can explore the universe. You can explore as you please. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I say that, then the only law that I'm looking to obey is universal law. As long as I ain't breaking universal law, then I'm good. I know I'm with the right standing of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm gonna do some dumb shit now to go break the law, but I'm just saying we need to start honoring more universal law than man's law. For real.
Yeah, that's deep right there. That universal law is important.
Yeah, that's the first chapter, universal law.
Man can change laws day to day. Universal laws won't stay consistent. It's been this way since the beginning of time. You know.
Man use universal law to manipulate us and keep us to keep us as a corporation, to keep us as a dead corpse, as a dead thing. Why we the straw man? Because the universal law tells you that you're all, and you're the navigator of the universe, like I tell you, and you all these things. You're the salt of the earth. You're the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? Right. But then they use these laws to subject you, throw you in prison, and do all these type of things. You know what I'm saying? So they use them laws to manipulate you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Real talk. They know. they know us better than we know us.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I agree with that totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So when can you be expect this book to drop?
Actually, I'm trying to find a publicist, somebody to publish it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And then once I do that, then I'll be good to go. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, I got like a couple more chapters to write. Do my acknowledgments and stuff like that. Put everything
Right.
together. Get my publicist, and then everything will be everything.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I quit my job. I quit my job yesterday, man, so I can do what I need to do, so I can follow my purpose. No cap. And
Real
I ain't
talk.
telling everybody to do this shit because I take risks, bro. You know I do it.
Right. Right.
I
Of
take
course.
risks, but
Of
we
course.
gotta follow our purpose, bro. That's why I'm proud of you doing what you do.
I
Real talk.
appreciate you, man. And I
Mhm.
appreciate you coming on and chopping it up and giving the people this game because I mean, like you said, they ain't gonna know it till you bring it to them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they it's not that they don't want to know. It's just that nobody never brought it to them like that. You
Right,
know, so, it's
right.
that type of thing. You know.
And you know what? You know what I believe in, bro. I don't believe in. Well, let me take that back. I don't believe in nothing. Knowledge is power. So why I believe in something? Why do religion teach believing? No, no. I mean, if you don't know shit, then have faith the size of a
Right.
mustard seed. If
Right.
you ain't
Right.
know shit,
If you don't
but
know shit,
knowledge,
right.
is power, bro. If I
Yeah.
don't know it, then I just don't know it, and I'm gonna find the answer. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell
Mm-hmm.
you, knowledge is power, bro. Like, I want to know this shit. The more I know, the more I can educate my own kids. Cause self education is the best education.
Yeah.
You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true.
The black community is not getting no better. You know why? Because we got churches and we got COINTELPRO. We got all the best people in the hoods is being taken up out of the hoods and working for corporations. So it's like until we do something in our own community, bro, and follow your purpose, bro, and do it for the betterment of your people and your community, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
That's a part of purpose, bro.
And going back, real spiritual connections. You know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying? A real spiritual connection is a connection to your community.
In
You know what
all
I'm saying?
things, bro. In
Yeah,
all
right.
things. On my way to work, the stray cat, I drop him a piece of my tuna sandwich. Cause I'm connected to all things, bro. If I was a cat, I would want somebody to do that to me.
That's right.
And we don't
And
and we
but
don't
yeah,
Yeah, for real. Like it might sound crazy, but we gotta understand. Like
nah,
we
it ain't
all been
crazy at
through
all.
different reincarnation stages. We've been animals, we've been birds, we've been the water, we've been trees. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit
Right.
get way deeper than what it is. Go hug a tree. You know what I'm saying? The tree might be
Right.
lonely. The tree might tell you some shit. You know how long that tree been there? That
Mm,
tree can tell you some shit, bro. That's what I'm
mm,
saying. Tap in. All things, bro.
mm.
Okay.
And that's how our people came up with everything that we explained, watching nature. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Just
Yep.
keeping the nature move. You know what I'm
The,
saying? That's how we
yep.
explained it. You
Yep, the
know?
personifications of nature. And then people
Hmm.
who study Egyptology try to call us crazy for worshiping animals and worshiping different shit. I
Right.
was like,
Right.
bitch, for once, at least we could worship something that was there. And
Hmm.
even if we was worshiping animals, but those when you see the animals on the heads of the Egyptians, that just was the spiritual attributes that they have, like
Hmm.
the attributes that describe these people. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, it was definitely was.
Motherfuckers so
Definitely was.
silly.
Yeah, and they don't want to know because you, like you say, you're getting your scholarship from the Caucasians. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting your scholarship from yourself. You know what I'm
They the
saying?
main ones that know the truth and then try to laugh at you for telling the
Right.
truth
Of
so they
course.
can throw that technology on your ass and scare you from the truth. You
Right.
know what I'm
That's right.
saying?
That's right. And leads you away from your spiritual connection, not just from yourself, but your spiritual connection from this place that we even call America. Because
Right,
we been to this motherfucker. We've
right.
been here already. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Plenty of us already here, bro. You know what I'm
bro,
saying?
before Queen Elizabeth, there was a black royal family in Great Britain that ran the world. Look it up.
Mm,
1842. You feel me?
mm,
A black family that ran the world, bro. Not
mm,
just, but especially in America, like we built all this shit. We built all this shit till they cannot even replicate the shit to this day.
Right.
They can't replicate this shit, bro. They can go straight up with buildings and do all this shit. They only doing it in Dubai and all other places because the culture of people from that land and that region already great builders and shit that came. We all connected, bro. In America, they the only ones. You come to Charleston, South Carolina, they still got the buildings and still take a picture of the buildings and monuments that were built that they can't even replicate to this day. In all the cities, they can't do it because the Moors, they're great builders. The Europeans ain't built shit. Real talk. It was builders in cities before they came over here. They been walking around in these shit in Europe.
Right.
Okay.
And and I heard that he living in those castles was shit that we already built that they living in. They just moved into them, but those castles was already there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. For sure. You already know them. That's what they do. They just go overthrow, and then, but you know the game. That's just how that story go, man. But
of course.
For sure, you already know we indigenous to America. All that slave shit, and I ain't saying that slave didn't come over here because definitely when you look at the Gullah and the Geechee in Charleston, yeah, the slaves came over here, but a lot of us was Indians and shipped around the world. You know what I'm saying? And the other Latinos and all the other places, you know.
And a lot of that history is really coming more to light.
Yeah. Day to day, bro. Day to day. Shit,
yeah. That age of information right now, so they can't hide it too long, man. You know what you do in the dark always gonna come to the light. What my grandma used to say.
Facts. Hey, and also we're in the age of the rapture. The rapture has begun. I'm telling people the rapture has begun. They're still looking in the clouds. Every time the clouds fix up food, they thinking Jesus coming through there. But I'm trying to tell them like the rapture is already here. And if you don't have this information and you ain't tapped in, you gonna miss it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get sick and shit like that because they not vibrationally prepared for the solar flares coming from this hot ass sun. And people are irate, they getting sick, their patience low, they just, you know, and that's why I just stated myself because people know not what they do, and for real.
Right.
And all these metals and food and shit like that. I'm trying to tell you, man. And you know we going through this is a technological war, man. So eating all the metals and shit, and these boys got all these 5G towers and shit, they can put that shit to any frequency and fuck your body up. You know what I'm saying? That's why we constantly gotta detox and get the metals out of our body by taking chlorophyll or eating vegetables that's rich in greens like collard greens, green beans, grapes. You know what I'm saying? Kiwis. We gotta eat a lot of green shit, man. That chlorophyll will help us survive.
Right.
For real.
Right. Because we connected to that green food, man. You
know I'm telling you.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
Does that proper diet that you just said, does that also help? Does that help our pineal gland? I mean, does that operate with that too?
Yeah, definitely. If whatever go in your body going to affect how you think. You know what I'm saying? And whatever information that goes into your spirit, you know.
Right.
Because even food got a certain light code and genetic code. You know what I'm saying? That do what it's supposed to do. So yeah, if you eat right, definitely. But the best thing is going into the sun. Like you got to get some sunlight. If you don't get no sunlight, you fuck. I'm talking about the real sun. Before they project the fake sun out by 12 o'clock type shit, that fake ass, bright ass sun, right. Before they put that one up, when the sun set, go get the real sun. And when the sun rise, go get the real sun. That help calcify your pineal gland and stop eating and shit like that, and don't eat junk food, and you be all right.
So you feel like they got this fake sun out here?
Fuck yeah. Hell, China is documented. China got it's patented. China got a patent documented sun, fake as hell.
Right.
You don't think U.S. doing the same thing?
most definitely.
fake ass sun, satellites dropping out the sky and all type of shit. Ain't no satellites in space, man. They got them shit in them big ass in them balloons with it, them balloons where they keep them in the sky. Sometimes them balloons give and they drop all over the world. They find them shit in Mexico, Brazil. They find them satellites everywhere. Them shit fake as hell.
Another thing that hasn't reached outside that firmament.
Hell no, boy, you ain't going outside no firmament. Hell no. Motherfucker think they God. Boy, you crazy as hell. Ain't nothing coming outside. If you see a spaceship in the sky, that bitch already came from the water. That shit came from the water or somewhere on this damn earth. That bitch ain't come from no sky.
So, you telling me that? So they not going nowhere in space. They not cracking this thing at all. There's no way to get through this thing at all.
Nope. And motherfucker gonna argue with me too, and that's cool because I ain't expect them to really perceive the shit how it's perceived.
Right.
Real talk, but ain't no alien, man. The boy in the water, aliens in the water, and aliens and land masses all around the world, bro.
So they ain't really. So basically, like you said before, they haven't cracked that firmament either. They already here. They been on.
They trying to crack the firmament. Every time you see a rocket ship go up, Elon trying to crack the fucking firmament. Or it's one or two things. When Elon's shooting a damn rocket ship, he trying to crack the firmament, or it's a damn distraction. They going under the water. I'm trying to tell you, they exploring that damn water. Real talk. And then the rocket ship go up, and then they find the damn shuttle by the airfield where it doesn't go like this and land over here. You know what I'm saying? Shit, right. Fool, bro.
Well, what about these what's his name from Amazon? What's the dude name?
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Where he got the Blue Star spaceship joint where they going in, and he just had a black brother, old school, said he waited his whole life and he went up there, and William Shatner supposedly went up there to and I guess into orbit and then orbited back down. So that's all bullshit. They kick it to.
You damn right. That boy lying like a bitch. That boy lying like a bitch. Hey, the boy trying to get over. The boy trying to get over the ice wall and trying to go on one of them landmass. They're trying to get to Mars. Mars over there, bro. Mars beyond Antarctica, bro. Look at the ancient map. I'm trying to tell you, you got to go back to the beginning. How the hell all the ancients say one thing, and we ain't know nothing but no round Earth until Walt Disney showed us that shit back in the day. It was Walt Disney that depicted the round Earth. And then from Walt Disney, NASA took the shit and started doing the round Earth. Oh, wow. Look it up. Look it up, man. All that shit is Hollywood, bro. We ain't know nothing but no. And then from there, then schools started incorporating the round globe. You feel me? Yeah.
When I was little, my granddad used to tell me, well, he's passed on my father's side. But he used to say that he never believed they even went to the moon. He said that was all Hollywood. He used to say that all the time. You know what I'm saying?
The boy ain't going to no fucking moon, bro. Yeah. now the moon. Mm-hmm. I might can give them the moon if they go to the moon, because the moon is within the firmament. Oh, the sun and the moon is within the firmament. On a flat land. Look at it as, okay, on a flat land, you got the moon and you got the sun. It is counterclockwise in each other, just going around. That's all they're doing, going around. This part of the world got light, this part of the world got sun. They're going around beneath the firmament. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. God created the two lights. He said the first light we're going to call day, and the second light we're going to call night, and he saw that was good. You feel me? Yep. So the moon, if they go to the moon, I might give them the moon. I might.
Right. I heard
You got people living on the moon.
Yeah, I heard Dr. Clyde Winters. I was gonna go there. He said when he told a story about when Buzz Aldrin, I guess when Neil Armstrong and all these dudes, these white guys actually stepped foot on the moon. They say when they got up there, they saw I guess on this dark side of the moon, they saw it was a
Mm-hmm.
black woman that was already up there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know if it was her body, she was mummified or what, but a black woman that had already traveled from I guess from Earth to there, and it looked like it was like a I guess like an ancient, almost like an ancient rocket ship she was in. But
Mm-hmm.
she looked. They had pictures of her and all. They call her, I think they call her Mona Lisa or something like. That. I gotta look it up. When I come back on the next show, I'm going to bring it up and show the people in the pictures. It's very interesting. Um, but they said that she was in some kind of she was dressed in this Egyptian garb with the jewelry and all of the type of
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and she was already there when they got there. But they told them what they saw, and they saw a base. They saw a base on the dark side of the moon. But they told them when they came back over here, don't say shit about that. Kind of like
Mm-hmm.
how you said they played with the hollow earth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? With going in, you know what I'm saying, and keeping it hush hush. You know how the government
Right,
is.
right, right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna doubt. I ain't gonna doubt the moon now. I ain't gonna doubt the moon
Mm-hmm.
because But as far as anything else, like them shit, them planets, and then when they say these beings from another dimension, they interdimensional. That mean they time travel on your ass through a portal. You
Right,
feel me?
right,
Like
right.
these portals that's in the world, or like with the pyramid, or all these portals. You know what I'm saying? That's around. That's interdimensional beings at certain positions in the cosmos, at certain interstellar positions.
Mm-hmm.
Certain times, and when the time right, boom, these portals open. You feel me? Then
Mm-hmm.
these beings can come through these portals. You got CERN that's trying to activate portals at will to let they communicate with beings and letting their ass through. And we
Right.
wonder why we be seeing all type of shit in the goddamn sky. You ain't know if it's CGI or a big ass dragon for real.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'd be surprised. The motherfuckers say they saw a big ass mass swimming through the ocean, like at the bottom of the ocean or the Atlantic through the Pacific and shit like that. And then what? Then they ain't talk about it no more on the news. Then what? The week later, then they talk about they see a dragon in the sky. Then they the house of dragon and all type of shit. Hey, you'll be surprised, bro. The truth is stranger than fiction, bro.
Mm.
The truth is fucking stranger than fiction, boy. If I tell you they got King Kong and they got Godzilla on a real island somewhere, and these some real fucking creatures, but I'll save that for another show. The boy be like, yeah, old tripping now. Yeah, I be tripped out. Real shit.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I definitely got to bring you back, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all only had you for we getting to that time, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Taking time out your schedule, coming to chop it up with us, man.
Anytime, bro.
Underneath the City Lights with Eddie Dynamite, man. This was a wonderful show, man. I learned a lot. It was very entertaining, man. You know what I'm saying? And informative. Number one, more informative.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
I would love for you to come back, you know what I'm saying, like you said, and chop it up with us again. You know what I'm saying? I'll reach out to you, when you let me know how your schedule is, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know you're real
Mm-hmm.
busy, but I would love for you to come back and bring some more of that evidence about that. Show us some pictures with that firmament and some more about
Oh
what's
yeah,
going on the
okay,
other side. You
definitely,
know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
definitely.
I would love for you to come back and chop it up because I know the people gonna go crazy when they see this. They're
I
gonna be
got
saying,
yeah.
you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
definitely I'm definitely gonna bring you the receipts about the map of that ancient flat earth, and it's gonna blow your mind. And
Okay.
you could be like, well, goddamn, is the earth really bigger than what they say it is?
Mm, mm. I got a
Damn.
brother coming on next week. My brother Shatik, man, he's gonna be chopping it up about the hollow earth. So what you
Okay.
tapped on is just is a little something what he want to talk about. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna get into some of the same things that you got going on. So maybe I can get both of y'all together, man, back on there. I could bring you back on, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Maybe when he here, you know what I'm saying? And of course, you do your own thing. You know what I'm saying?
For
You got
sure.
your own show too. I want that information. I gotta have you chopping it up. But I would
For
definitely
sure.
love for you to come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
If you
Anytime.
got
Anytime.
time. Okay.
Anytime you need me, bro. You know I got you, bro. Anytime, bro.
I appreciate you, man. And you go ahead and have the last word, bro.
But shit, all I want to say is the last and final word is just don't let these people trick you out of your childlike your childlike faith. I'm gonna put it like that. You know, whatever you had love to do when you was a child, do that shit. Because that's the key to your happiness and that's the key to longevity, financially, mentally, spiritually. I promise you. Because when you go back to the scriptures, uh Yeshua was telling the disciples when they was arguing who was next in line after Jesus, and Yeshua told them that see that child over there, that's the one that's going to inherit the kingdom. You know, because without childlike faith, you know what I'm saying, you can't inherit the kingdom. And you know what the kingdom is, right? All of your spiritual aspects, your happiness, your peace, you know, the love, your centeredness. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all I want to say without taking up too much of my boy's time.
Nah, I'm never that. You know, you got all the time, my brother. You my brother, man. I love you. I appreciate you coming through. Hey, and y'all heard what it is, man. Hey, we'll see y'all next time, man, on the show. I appreciate y'all. Peace.
Yes, sir.